Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we mail it in after returning from Key West. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Agley, along with our special guests, Bo Cumberland and Tracy Napolitano.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Hey, so yeah, we're mailing it in back from Key West, and hopefully enjoyed some of the best of that we played while we were out of town. And we are back with live shows from here on out. Live being we recorded them live, I guess. I don't know. They're not live. We're not here. We're not here live right now. So that's the wrong way to say that. But we're back with new shows, I guess I should say. So that's what's going on now, and we're going to be just having fun today, kind of getting back in the groove easy by just having a mailing it in show. But McNew did say there's something she wanted to talk about before we got started. What is that, McNew?
All right. So, Steve, you're a driver. You don't usually fly. But
Correct.
One of my weirdest, biggest fears is losing my luggage when I'm flying. I hardly ever check luggage. I try to fit all my shit in a check-on. It doesn't always work out for me. But I found a website, and I'm obsessed with it. It's called unclaimedbaggage.com. And there's a physical place in, I think
Georgia,
it's
right? Or Alabama? Yeah, Alabama. Yeah.
There's a store, but they also have a website. And do you know how many designer things I've bought off this fucking website of people who have lost their shit? So
Really?
Have you ever lost luggage? And also, do you like weird websites? Like, I'm obsessed with buying stuff from here now. Like, it's become worse than Amazon for me, actually.
Okay.
So, that's a multi-part question.
I've flown a lot. I mean, I was, out 2 weeks a month at least for, 15 years traveling in sales. I mean, luggage was lost, but always found. I mean, it might have gone to the wrong place a couple times. For the most part, it doesn't really get lost, but sometimes it does. And it's an inconvenience, but it never got lost where I never got it. It ends up in Birmingham or anything like that.
Yeah.
I never had it truly get lost. It was never recovered. So, you're talking hundreds of flights that I've taken, and so it's a small problem. And when it happens to you, I'm sure it's terrible, but it's not a problem like people make it out to be. Like McNew, I never check anything. Oh, what the fuck?
But when it happens, though, Steve, you know this. It's like
it's always at the worst time.
You're getting off the plane and you got 30 minutes to get to a meeting.
Right. Yeah.
And you have no luggage, you know, whatever. And you didn't wear.
It's always at the worst time.
You know, it's.
Yeah, I did have one of those where they lost it, Tracy. You bring up a good point. I had a presentation with one of our people on our board. I knew was going to be there, and I just had a travel day the day before. But I was coming in late, and things got delayed, so I got even in later. Well, I get in and land. It's like 11:30 at night. They divert my luggage somewhere else. It doesn't make it there, and I'm in sweatpants because I was traveling. And I had to go in the next day because the presentation was at 8:00 in the morning. So I'm getting in at almost like midnight, no stores open. And then the next day I'm in at 8:00 in the morning, I show up in sweatpants. And I thought I was going to get fired because you're supposed to wear suits, and
Yeah, you just look
I
good.
didn't have a suit, and it was one of the board members, and luckily he traveled a lot too, and he understood, so I didn't get in trouble. I thought I'm done.
Yeah, it happened to me coming out of Atlanta. I got plane landed. I got on the little trolley system to get to the next gate. And when I got there, they were closing the door, and you should have got here faster. I'm like, I just got off a plane.
Right.
So they put me on another flight, and my luggage didn't make it to San Francisco. And the next day, that afternoon, I was supposed to have a presentation, a multi-million-dollar presentation. I think it was Chiquita Banana for a conveyor system. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
It ended up working out where it showed up. But I did have a colleague when I was in the conveyor business who he only wore airport pants. He bought all his pants at the airport that were lost luggage pants.
Really?
Yeah. It's all he wore. He loved telling the story about buying airport pants.
Huh.
I like
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. How about you, Bo?
So, knock on wood, I've never personally had an issue. However, and I hope the statute of limitations is long cleared now, but back in the early 90s, I worked at a
you'd steal, of course. Yeah. You know,
No,
you don't have to tell. You don't
steal.
have to tell the rest of the story. You stole a bunch of luggage and shit.
I never stole.
I get it. I get it. Yeah, that's
However,
okay. McNew, how about you? Anything ever?
2 occasions,
Yes.
people would. So I worked at a small airport where we did everything. I worked the ticket counter, then I'd go down and bring the plane in and load the plane, unload it, whatever. So on 2 occasions that I can think of, this one guy came up and he threw his luggage on there and he said, my luggage better make it. And I said, sir, it'll make it. And he's like, and so he looked at me and I'm 21 at the time. He said, boy, my luggage better make it. I said, all right, I'll show you who's a boy. So I put the tag on his luggage, put it down the conveyor belt. When I went down to load his luggage, I took the tag off of it, threw it on the airplane. And at that point, there's nothing there, nothing. So it's definitely lost. The other instance, this guy came in one night. This was like 11 o'clock at night, and he had gone through all the paperwork to check a gun on the airplane. So if you do all the paperwork, you can do that. You can check your gun.
Yeah. So
he gets off the airplane and expected his gun like at the plane side, and it's like, sir, that's not how it works. You have to collect it. You have to actually get it from the officers at the airport.
Right.
And he was like, no, I need it now. I got to get out of here. I got to get going. It's like, sir, that's not how it works. So this lady that I worked with, she was like, sir, and he said to her, bitch, I need you to give me my gun right now. So guess what Bo does? I go to his gun, rip off all the paperwork so throw it. Then I go report the gun as this gun was just on the airplane without any paperwork. So this dude ends up probably going to jail.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, they're not gonna he's not gonna spend life.
Oh no, he was fine going to jail. It was okay. Yeah.
But here's the thing, man.
Don't piss off the airport guys.
Why you gotta be like an asshole? Just that the rules, and he had to know all this stuff by filling out all this paperwork. So he knew it, but he just wanted to. He was ready to get out, and
sure. Well, he had a busy day. Yeah.
I'm not your enemy, bro, and so. I'm sure it happened more than that, but those are the 2 that stand out. That
I mean, guy probably did 10 years. Maybe it was his 3rd strike. Maybe he's had problems with his 3rd strike. Yeah,
that was his 3rd strike.
Yeah, his lifetime sentence to life. Okay, fair enough. All right, McNew, how about you?
Yeah, no, not really, because I'm like a carry-on girl. I'm like, I'm gonna tuck everything in as tight as I can and fucking put it in that bin above me because I like my things. I buy nice things. I like my things. I want them with me all the time, and I don't trust people. But this fucking unclaimedbaggage.com has become worse than Amazon for me because I've learned I can get designer things for very cheap prices, and I like that for me. So unclaimedbaggage.com, that's a thing.
There you
Like,
go. That's the
you
thing.
get so many good, Steve, you can probably get some really nice Tommy Bahamas.
I'll start shopping for Tommy Bahamas.
Yeah, no, so you can search, and you get people's lost shit. I like it.
Or you could
There
just go to the Tommy Bahama store.
You can also do that, but I like this site because I'm like, oh, well, I'm benefiting off of somebody's misfortune. I'm like,
You're giving it second life. You're giving it second life. All right. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Tracy. Tracy, what do you got here?
Well, I'm drinking tea.
Tea. Now it's dry January for you, so
That's right. I do have this beautiful bottle of Dark Arts. I can pop the cork for you.
Sure. Let's pop a cork.
Got mad at me last time.
Yeah, because you didn't pop a cork. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was decent. I'll go next. I've got Papa's birthday barrel. So shout out to Papa. I know he's not. He's doing some health struggles and stuff like that, and love that guy. And this is even signed by him, which is very cool. It's very cool. Got that signed when I was there. So here we go. Squeaky. I'm going to say Tracy still got the lead. Mine was just poor form, just more squeak than pop there. So Tracy's got the lead. Well, what do you got?
I'm going to say something before I show you mine. You know what I love the most about Papaw is Papaw, Royce, and I've been talking with Josie lately because I'm going to take photographs of our wedding. All three of them spell Papaw's name different.
Really?
I think it's kind of funny.
Yeah. So that's everything on Royce it's PAW, but he never signs it like that. He was always PA.
PA, and then she spells it PAPAW, Papaw, which that's how I would spell it.
Yeah, because that's how they say it. Papaw. It's not Pawpaw. People see that and they think it's Pawpaw, but it's not.
Right,
it's Pawpaw. So
it's not Papa, but
right. Yeah,
all good. Well, I'm going with the Planters single barrel.
Okay,
from our buddy.
Okay. Oh, I didn't hear anything. So Tracy's still got the lead. There was nothing there.
What's going on?
All right, McNew's last but not least. What do you got there, McNew?
I have some Breckenridge rum cask finish.
Okay. We heard it, but it wasn't very loud. Tracy, you win again. Tracy wins, comes back, his comeback tour. So cheers.
Cheers.
He's probably the only one that's ever won the pop cork in dry January, too.
Yeah. Going through dry January.
The first time I played this game, it was called Steve Wins. It was not called Pork Pop Challenge.
It really was Steve Wins for a minute.
Yeah, well, that was always the game. I think I was legitimately winning. People have caught up to me. The technology caught up to me. I feel like I was always just winning. But,
well, you lost that day. I opened a bottle of champagne. So
yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, what we'll do next, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're just mailing it in. So we'll be talking about stuff. Who knows what we'll talk about? We'll get to that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
Hello, this is Brian Nation of Keeper's Heart Whiskey. You're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we are mailing it in for the day after Key West.
Yes, we are. I'm going to try something here. I've got small talk, which of course that's what we call our segment. Our first segment is on some box card set. Let's see if I can pull out a topic out of here, and we'll talk about it. So this is just random. Just pulling a card out of the middle of the deck here. Let's just see what it is. So all right. Do you think people on average work the right amount, too much, or too little, and why? Oh, this is an interesting one.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're talking in general here. Do you think people work on average too much, too little, or just about right? What do you guys think?
I have all three answers, I think.
Okay.
So I think it's, if you're stuck in a corporate job, you're like, you know what? I know I'm going to get a paycheck. I'm going to fuck. You're probably working a little too little. On average, if you're like, you know what, I do like my job, I like my company, I like my teammates, you're probably doing the average. If you're passionate about what you're doing and you love what you're doing, you're probably working too much.
Yeah. I'll say that. I'll say this. When you're talking about the corporate world, I think McNew hit it there. I do. I think at best, the person who's really happy with their corporate job is average, because at the end of the day, you still really don't care. It's millions of dollars, and it's not yours. It's someone else's. I think the people that truly work hard are the entrepreneurs. Tracy and I, people that have. If we fuck up, if we're not doing what we need to do, we're broke. It's all over. So you got to go out and bust your ass, and it never ends. I'm getting ready as we do this. I'm going to Key West, but I already know. And I'm going to be having much fun, but there's also things I got to do each and every day, because I have a couple businesses, and those businesses have got to keep running. And it's not like it's a big corporation where I could just be like, oh, take over for me for the week. No, there's still things I got to do. And I talk with the team at the shop and say, hey, I'm going to need these photos and stuff like that for our newsletters. There's stuff that I can do in advance, write certain things. Other things have to be written, live to go out, and that stuff still needs to happen. So I'll do that in my downtime. I've got time each day when I'm ready to go, but the warden's got to get ready. And normally I'm bounced off the walls. Let's go. Well, when I'm working on my job stuff, I can just be like, you get ready, take your time, and I'm going to do this. So, yeah, I think the people that truly work hard are the entrepreneurs. People who are best. It's also
generational too.
Oh yeah, like Papa. We talked about him.
I don't want to get on the political side of this, but these kids today don't work nearly enough.
Yeah. So my best friend, she works on property management. She also does their hiring. She hired a 22-year-old. She's like, this girl was not us at 22. Like when we came in at 22, like we were broke as fuck. Our parents weren't doing shit for us. And she's like, this girl, like she doesn't care. Her rent's paid for. She doesn't know. And I'm like, no, they're very different than we were at 22. It's so weird, but
yeah. Most of them still live at home. Most of them work out a deal today where, their parents pay for their cell phones and stuff, or they pay for their car insurance as long as they can. And, it's like my parents. I was done with all that at 18. That was it.
Yeah.
I'm hoping the trend's changing. My nephew just graduated high school. He doesn't want to go to college. He went out and got a job he loves. Yeah, he works his ass off every day, and he hustles. Mm-hmm. And while he's 18, he still lives at home. I don't see that for much longer. He's a hustler, and I'm hoping that's his age group's going to be changing that whole dynamic of them not working.
Yeah.
You know,
I think you nailed it though, right there, Tracy. If it's something that you love and you're passionate about, like I've always told my kids growing up, don't get a job when you grow up. Find a career. If it's something that you're passionate about, even if you're passionate about flipping burgers, that's fine, but make it a career. Don't just, don't get a job. And so like me, I mean, video editing is pretty much what I do 24/7. So if I'm not doing it for my job, I'm doing it for this bourbon industry, but I can get up at 6 in the morning and get started at work, be done by 3 or 4, and then, get supper ready, eat supper with the family, and then I could do this till midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. And I never get tired of it. But I will say this, the older I get, the more I like to work so that I can afford my vacation and off time. So
Yeah.
I mean, call it lazy or whatever you want, but like I'll do the work to get to, I'm not working so that I can get more work. I work
Yeah.
so that I can.
At some point, you flip that switch where you realize that's why you're working. That's what you're doing. The real times of life are when you're having fun, when you're on vacation or you're doing the things with friends and family or whatever it is that gives you joy. That's the important stuff. This other stuff is not important.
Well, I don't know if you guys saw it during the holidays, during Christmas. There's a trend, and I think it's probably more people in our age brackets that don't buy gifts for each other anymore. All that money goes into saving for vacations.
Yep.
Yeah.
So go do more vacations instead of getting more gifts.
Yeah. Say that I've been trying to do this for 3 years now. So like after my dad left, I'm like, I don't fucking care about Christmas. So my husband has a kid though, but this year he said, I don't believe in Santa no more. I know it's not a thing. I'm like, fucking great. We can fucking take a trip next year. We don't got to do goddamn Christmas because it's so much money. We might spend $1,000 on a Christmas. I'm like, we could have taken like a nice weekend. We could have taken a weekend. So I'm really trying to shoot for that for me for 2024 to not buy Christmas and take a trip. So,
life is vacation experiences. I'm telling you, that's
This
true.
is the first year I didn't get a bottle of whiskey for Christmas.
Yeah, because it's the thing where it's like you got to a point where like I wanted this, I bought it. You wanted that, you bought it. What am I going to buy you this year? Like it's So
I got a bunch of Jimmy Buffett albums, so that was cool.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that, man. Yeah, Jimmy Buffett's awesome. So
cool. But no,
yeah,
That's the thing though. Like my kids, my older two, they're in their early 20s. And never once have they called me and said, "Hey, you remember that thing that we got when I was 8 years old or whatever?" It's always, "Do you remember that cruise we took in 2007?"
Right.
Vacation. It's always that. So that's definitely that's the way to go.
Yeah. I think my kid might have figured that out before any of us. She travels everywhere. McNew, I know you follow her on social media.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I just saw. I don't remember where she was the last time I saw her because I follow her on social media.
Yeah. She's always she takes big trips and she takes all of her fun money and that's what she does. She goes on trips and tries to experience the world. And she has a whole group of friends. Some of them are like her grade school buddies. Some are her high school friends, and then some are her college friends. Some are her work friends, and and sometimes it's a mixture of all the groups. Sometimes it's just just her and a buddy.
I feel like she's the ringleader. She's like, "Hey, I'm going here for these dates. Do you want to come?" And whoever can does. And
she travels everywhere.
Best life, and God, I fucking love watching that. Everybody should do that.
Yeah, so she's got a good job. She's a chemist, and she earns a good income that allows her to do a lot of fun stuff. And she's figured out how to do that. And she just recently changed jobs too, where now she's managing projects in the same field, but more of a project manager. And it allows her to work from home. So now she can work anywhere. So that's going to probably extend the vacation.
She's
stuff.
remote.
She's remote now. So now she can. Yeah, which is kind of cool. So yeah, very cool. What else is going on, gang? Anything exciting in anybody's life? Anything?
Just realizing having a gray blanket, my beard matches the blanket. That's
it's nice.
It blends in very well, actually. You look so damn cozy.
Does it even get cold?
I also feel like I'm, like a football player from the 60s or 70s that would wear a fur coat around.
All right. Or Leonardo DiCaprio in the Revenant.
I haven't seen that one, so I'm not
he's got that coat. Yeah.
Not a big Leo fan.
Yeah. I don't like him either, but he's good in some of his movies. I got to give him credit, even though I don't like the guy.
I did finally watched was the one, the Wall Street when
Wolf of Wall Street.
Wall Street, yeah.
He's great in that.
I finally watched that. That was good.
That's a good movie.
And Margot Robbie being in it didn't hurt.
That doesn't hurt. Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, she's awesome. So yeah.
And naked too, so it's all
and
good.
Naked's good. All right. Yeah. Bo, how about you? What do you got going on, man? Do you have any trips in 2020? You talked about vacations. Do you have anything lined out for this year?
Yeah, so as we record this, I'm working from home next week like I normally do. The week after that, I'll be in Knoxville. And then the week after that, we're going back to Hawaii. So
really? Okay. Yeah, I know you post a lot about Hawaii. Obviously, you had an incredible time when you went last year. So going back this year, so that's really cool, buddy. Yeah, congrats on that.
Cool. But that's probably all we're going to do this year because we have my older two are getting married this year, not to each other, but I mean,
yeah. So that's good news that they're getting married to each other. So that's good. So, Bo, as you go back to Hawaii, where are you going in Hawaii? What islands? Are you just going to one island, or are you going to multiple? Are you island hopping? What do you got?
No, so when Heather and I went last year, it was to Oahu.
Okay.
So we were told, if you're ever just gonna go once, go to Oahu because that's
all the touristy stuff. Yeah.
So
it's awesome, by the way.
We're going back to Oahu this time because her parents, my in-laws, are going with us, and Joshua's going to go with us. So we want to take them and show them kind of what we know, and then we pretty much have dedicated to go there at least every other year. So the next plan is next year or the year after we're going to go to Maui. We're going to do that the next
Maui.
time.
Okay.
I'm interested in going to the Big Island.
Yeah.
So that'll be.
I went to the Big Island. There's a lot to do there. It's different the type of stuff you're doing in Oahu, but it's also very cool. I mean, I did a coffee plantation tour and stuff like that. I mean, went and saw the volcano, which you got to do that and things. There's definitely some cool stuff to do.
But we have toyed around with the idea this trip of doing a little bit of island hopping. If we can find a reasonable, like helicopter tour or something that can take us to a different island, I think we probably will do some of that.
Okay. Yeah. It's not too bad to go to the different islands there. So it's different. It's not like flying to different states and stuff. It's actually pretty affordable. So yeah, check it out. So how about you, McNew? Any vacations lined up this year?
Not really vacation wise, but like just good weekend wise. So I felt like I lost a lot of my weekends because like my husband has a kid and he worked a lot. So I'm
you have a step kid. Yeah.
No,
so
my husband has a kid. So I was stuck fucking here being a built-in babysitter, which was not my jam. So now he works nights. So I'm like, you're fucking home during the day. I'm gonna leave. So I'm gonna do like more museums and more distilleries on my Saturdays because I can leave. So I'm very happy about that. So yeah, that's just became a thing. So like, I don't know, I used to just like, before we were together, I'd just be like, you know what? I want to make respect day. I want to go here today. I would just like fucking drive to Kentucky on a Saturday because I could. And now I'm like, I can do that again. Do it again. So, but I've also neglected a lot of good Indiana distilleries. So those are top of my list this year. Is where is close to me? There's so many places like an hour and a half near me that I have not been just because we've been busy or whatever else. But that is my top of my list to be more Indiana positive this year.
Okay. Tracy, you got anything lined out vacation wise?
I mean, for us, it's the same old stuff that we do. My wife's got a girls trip lined up, I think in April. We're going to go out to wine country for her birthday.
So California wine country?
California wine country.
Nice. Yeah.
And then the rest of the year we follow LSU football. So we make our trips around LSU football. So we're going to Vegas. We play USC in the opener in Vegas. So I'm pretty pretty positive we're going to be at that one.
All right, that's cool. I've got three big trips this year, which I'm pretty excited about that. Key West, which I'll be leaving for in a couple days here as we record this. I'll be in the middle of it. Just this is the welcome back from that. So, but yeah, I haven't left yet as we record this, and so I got that. Then in March, I'll be hitting the New Orleans Bourbon Festival, and then from there going to Florida on the same trip. So I added kind of the New Orleans Bourbon Festival back on at the beginning of that, and then we like the Gulf side. And we always went to Sanibel, and of course, when we look forward to going back to Sanibel at some point, but they got so devastated by the hurricane that we're kind of looking at some of the other communities. So we're doing a trip where we're going like staying at 4 different places. Rather than just staying at one, we're going to go to Venice and Cedar Key and some other places along the coast there to see if there's another town that we like on that side. So we'll see. We're just kind of exploring. And then in the fall, I'm going to go see our buddy Luca Terra. We're going to New Mexico, which is good. We haven't been there in at least 10 years, and we like New Mexico, but just haven't been in a long time, and look forward to seeing our buddy Luke. So I think he's friends with everybody here on the podcast. Yep. So he's a good dude for sure. So that's what I got. So yeah, it's fun. As we come back from a vacation show, it's good to talk about what else we got going on. It sounds like everybody's got some cool stuff lined up this year. Make some memories, right?
We have our Bourbon Palooza in Bardstown.
Yes. Yeah. I'll tell you what. So I started this Bourbon Palooza thing, which is a little mini festival. It's just it's 60 people. So it's a tiny festival. It's ABV Network Crew Club. And the idea was to kind of create on a small level, what the old Kentucky Bourbon Affair, because I love that event. And they stopped doing it. I don't know if they're ever going to do it again. But the idea was to do these mini experiences. So the idea is 60 people. That's 4 groups of 15. So there's 4 opportunities it's only a 1-day festival thing. So on the Saturday, but I'm talking about, I've got stuff lined out like, go to Jane Bowie's house and drink some Dusties with her and Denny Potter, or bourbon behind the scenes tour at Heaven Hill led by Bernie Lubbers. So these sort of things, you do one thing in the morning and then one thing in the afternoon. And then we're all staying at the Bardstown Motor Lodge, which is a pretty cool place. And, so it's we get in Friday, we'll probably all go out and have dinner or something. Then Saturday we're doing all this stuff, and then Sunday we'll probably have breakfast and head out of town. So that's kind of a cool little weekend mini festival. Yeah. So yeah, fun stuff. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that. We're also riding the train in Bardstown. That's another event we're doing, and then working on a big one too. I've got a friend at a big distillery that I want to do a behind the scenes tour at. So I can't announce it yet because I'm working on that, but that'll be one you want to go on if I can get that lined out. I'll be meeting on that.
Have some trips to Kentucky as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sprinkled in there, of course.
Yeah. That's just the standard
business.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Fun, but business. So there you go. All right. Well, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Tracy, we're going to start with you. Where can people find you?
NOLA Bourbon on Instagram and Facebook, and info@NewOrleansBourbonFestival.com. You want to chat fest or any other bourbon stuff, just
all right. Bo, how about you?
I'm on all the socials under My Journey Through the American Spirit, and those same socials under Bourbon Sasquatch.
All right. McNew.
I'm on Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us. ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. We'd love for you to come in and see us. If you're in St. Louis, make sure that you don't miss us. We would love to sit there at the tasting bar, run through some of our picks, and just talk whiskey. That's our motto. Come by and talk whiskey, and we'd love for you to do that. So should be fun, and we can be found online, abvbarrelshop.com. Sign up for email distribution, and you'll know what's going on at all times and what picks we've got in, which is pretty cool. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience, so please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps see people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
You're wrong.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing, the ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.